Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Lush Gardener. So I apologize for all the mess that you see over here. If you remember, last time I had shown you how to set up a propagation tray, and you can see how my tray tends to look like. Now nothing happened over here. There wasn't any mishap or an accident, but this is me being very clumsy. So guys, off late I have been quite busy. Apart from my work, apart from making videos, I have started doing a little bit of sales. I'm not saying that I'm a full-fledged seller, just here and there few extras that I have been selling them. And while repotting and taking them out from the pots, a lot of times some of the leaves tend to break. So because I don't have a lot of time, I started to dump all the broken leaves over here. This was the initial start. You can see this is where I had made the video last time to show you how to place them, and then you can see my clumsiness. I have just thrown all of the leaves. I promise I will be setting them up very soon. I usually do not prefer to keep it like that, but because of lack of time and trying to fit in everything, I just went on putting in all the broken leaves over here. Most of the leaves have already started to propagate. I haven't watered them. Over here, as you can see, this one is already starting to put out a pup. Looks like it has 3 heads and roots as well. This one got a little bit burnt. I had done the cutting and I had kept it over here. Fantastic roots, a little bit of dry leaves, but it got a little bit of burnt in the sides. So I'm just going to repot it later on. You can see ample amount of leaves over here. I think there is a cactus also over here. I don't know how did I get this. Probably it was in some of the combo. I have to repot this. You can see everything is in a mess over here. I will be doing a cleaning. Over here I have a little bit neatly arranged propagation. You can see they're doing quite well. Some of them have dry leaves. I have to water this one as well. I completely forgot about it. Here I have some larger succulents. I have moved out some of the leaf propagations from this. But I do have some succulents. I think they're not getting a lot of light because this is right at the back in the shelf. I think I'll have to move it. But doesn't look that bad. A little bit of discoloration, but they still look okay. This one looks fantastic. I think I will repot them, or I will take it out from here and shift them somewhere else. I like to maintain it in a very organized way, but this looks really terrible, but I'm going to fix this. I'm very happy that most of them in neglect have started to put out pups, as you can see. I don't have an idea what are the varieties because I just kept putting in the leaves whatever used to break, and I just left them on their own, and you can see they're doing fantastic. So I will come back and try to fix everything. I think this is my haworthia lemon lime. That one also has put out a pup and roots, so that's a good thing. I'm going to keep it back. So apart from all that commotion, I still have some more. These were some of my Graptovaria Marpin. I don't remember when they were taken out. Again, the same thing, probably while taking them out for sale, probably the leaves had broken and I had just left them as it is, and now you can see they are growing quite well. This is Purple Delight. These are Marpin. I kind of remember. This one is Haworthia Lemon Lime, a good set of roots. This one is again Purple Delight. You can see how beautiful the pup looks. Already has a good color. This is Titubans. And this one is I'm not quite sure, probably it is Pink Rosa, I think. I'm not very sure. So you can see guys, even in neglect, because a lot of people say that their leaf propagations do not tend to work out. The reason is because they tend to mist, they tend to add moisture to the leaf, which is not needed, because at this point of time they don't need moisture until and unless they start getting roots. Because you can see some of them have just started to put out roots, so it's time for me to put them into the soil. Again, some have only roots, some have pups and roots, some only have pups, so it all depends. The only thing you have to remember is only when the roots are present you are supposed to water or moisten the soil, but please don't drop water on the leaves, they will start to rot. Now these guys have been on a dry surface for I don't know how long. It's been really long. Looking at the leaves, I can tell you that they have been out of the soil or on a dry surface for a very long time without any moisture, but still you can see they are performing really well. You can see how compact it is, because they have been getting a good amount of indirect bright light, not direct sunlight. Never expose your leaf propagations to direct sunlight, they will get damaged. So all of these are doing fantastic. So I'm going to put them onto the soil, because you can see majority of them have roots. So this is again an old container, probably I don't know how long back there was some leaf propagation in this, which I completely forgot. When you have a lot of succulents, this is what happens. It is very difficult to maintain everything. You always happen to miss out on something. So I will put them right away into the soil before I forget about them. Because if I'm going to keep them out for even longer, then probably they will start to dry out, because most of them have roots. For time being, they can absorb moisture from the environment, but that cannot be always. Over the period of time, the roots will start to dry, because remember, the roots also require a good amount of moisture. We cannot completely depend upon the environment, even though the environment does have a good amount of moisture. Now, because it's winters, early morning, there is a lot of fog, there's a lot of dew that tends to settle on the soil. So probably that is also one of the reasons why they're still doing quite well. If this was the case during the summers, probably they wouldn't have survived. Now I've put them into the soil. Of course, I cannot water that right away. I'll have to wait at least for a day or so and then water it. And if I have to water, what I will be doing is I'll be filling in some water in this. I'm not going to be doing it right now, but I'm just going to give you an idea of how to water leaf propagation. I'll fill in a little bit of water and then keep this container in it. Wait for the upper layer of soil to be wet. Once it turns darker, once it's completely wet, I'll then take it out and keep it aside. So the same thing like how we tend to do bottom watering, we are going to do the same thing for our leaf propagation as well. Another thing, we cannot keep the soil mix dry for a very long time, because the roots are very fragile. The pups do not have a lot of capacity to store the water, so the frequency of bottom watering is also going to be more. Now, how many times can we water? This again completely depends upon you and your environment, because I'm from a very dry environment, so the frequency is a little bit more as compared to a person who is living in a very humid environment. So guys, that's all about it. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep propagating.